So here's the thing. I think you know how much we love keyboards here on this channel. This is due to how popular these videos can get, but also because the hobby is getting more and more attention lately. Because of the constant exposure we have to this hobby, and the fact that our video editor Pao is a longtime keyboard enthusiast, it seems that everyone on the Fixie team is interested in it as well. So I, along with our scriptwriter Neil, have decided to take a deep dive into the deep dark world known as custom mechanical keyboards. And to make this whole learning experience more interesting, we decided to make a challenge to make a custom mechanical keyboard on a budget. This is Fixie's first ever custom mechanical keyboard challenge. Let's get into it. To talk about the rules and mechanics for the Showdown, Neil and I decided to hop on a Discord call with Pao. He's sort of our guide during this challenge, as well as the judge.
Hello. So this showdown is basically putting the two of you against each other to see who can build the best keyboard for only $100 or 5,000 pesos. Now, here are the keyboard showdown rules. First, money spent only on keyboard parts will be counted in the budget of 100 USD or 5,000 pesos. These are the keycaps, switches, PCB, case, plate, and stabs. So for the second rule, lube, tools for lubing and soldering, and shipping will not be counted in the budget. The two of you live in very different areas, so it will be unfair to include due to the logistics. Next, the third rule. Buying used parts from the second-hand market is allowed, like FB groups and marketplace. And for the fourth rule, if you buy a pre-built keyboard, every stock part must be modded, the keycaps, switches, stabs, etc., in some shape or form. So, the criteria for judging will be the following. First, the aesthetics. This is how good your keyboard looks. You'll have to send a picture of your keyboard and only your keyboard, so we don't judge based off the rest of your desktop setup. Next is the sound test. This is basically how good your keyboard will sound. Your sound test will be sent through a video and sound recording of you taking a typing test. I'll be listening to your typing test blind, so I won't know whose keyboard is actually typing. Then lastly, the budget allocation. This is how well you were able to use that budget. When you're done with the challenge, you have to send the exact parts you bought from the exact store, indicating whatever you had to spend to buy them.
Here's the thing. Neither of us know how to build a full custom mechanical keyboard. We're used to buying built ones off the shelf ourselves. And I bet there are a lot of people out there that would appreciate a quick tutorial on how to build your very own custom mechanical keyboard. So here's Pao to teach you how to build your very own custom mechanical keyboard. And where to buy the stuff in the Philippines too.
Hey guys, my name is Pao. I'm the editor for Fixie TV and I'm here to give you tips and tricks in building your first mechanical keyboard. So as mentioned by Anton, Fixie TV will be having their first mechanical keyboard showdown. I'll be sharing my knowledge with them and to you guys as well. Although, take note that this won't be an in-depth guide since there are tons of videos out there by huge content creators. This is more on getting you guys into the hobby and show that anybody can build their own custom mechanical keyboard. First of all, why get a mechanical keyboard in the first place? Why spend all this money? Well, besides the aesthetics and the heavenly feel when you first type and hear the sounds of your lube holy pandas, it actually increases your work productivity. Having a new mechanical keyboard or just knowing that I have a nice keyboard gets me excited just to type on it, and it really increases my work productivity. Oh, and flexing to your friends is a bonus as well. Now, there are two types of mechanical keyboards. It could be hot swappable or not. A hot swappable keyboard is more beginner friendly and I'd suggest you get this for your first keyboard. A non-hot swappable keyboard, however, requires soldering and additional tools, so you need time and practice to get to start. So, besides a keyboard being hot swap or not, there are different layouts as well. The common ones are the 60%, which is the one the Fixie guys will be using, 75%, PKL, and the full-size keyboard. These are what you usually see, but there are many layouts out there, like the 65, 68, the 40, the 96, and the Alice layout, and etc. As a first-time builder, you're gonna need these materials. But as you dive deeper into the hobby, you're gonna need these ones as well. But let's save that for another time. Alright, so the case and the mounting plate are where you will be assembling your PCB. Then for the PCB, I suggest getting a hot swap one for your first build, unless you want to challenge yourself in soldering right away. Oh, and make sure you get a PCB that matches the case and the mounting plates because you don't want any parts of it that don't fit. Next are the switches. Switches will be a big factor on how your keyboard will sound. It could be linear, tactile, or clicky. Then of course, the keycaps. Keycaps are another whole world in this hobby, so I'll try to make it this as simple as possible. Keycaps could either be ABS or PBT. It can be double shot or not, and die sub or not. So we got all our materials ready and now we are ready to build. First, it is best to test out your PCB if it's working correctly. You can do this by using your tweezers to register an input to your PCB per switch holds. Next, you'd want to lube your switches for that extra smooth feeling and sound. Disassemble your switch opener, or you can do it manually with a tweezer or something to block opens the locks of the switch. I won't go into detail on how to lube your switches and stabilizers. Instead, check out Teja's videos on lubing. It's really great and you'll learn a lot. So, you've learned all of this and let's say it got you really interested in the hobby. But now you're saying, where do I get all of this? Well, as a fellow Filipino keyboard warrior, you can check out these local stores. They are really friendly and have great deals. Not to mention, Zine Studios have recently begun to supply international group buys to the Philippines, and it's awesome. However, if you're not from the Philippines, you can check out this website. And you'll know the best local stores in your area. Alright, so that's it. Good luck on building your first mechanical custom keyboard. Well, that's all for me, I guess. So, how are you guys feeling?
I don't know what to think, but I'm pretty much up for the challenge and I'm excited to see what I can do.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of intimidated given how, Anton does know more technical knowledge about keyboards, but, I think I've got a few tricks up my sleeve and I'm excited to use them.
We'll see about that, Neil. We'll see about that. Well, that about wraps up the first episode of the series. Neil and I will be showing you our own personal journeys on how we actually built our custom mechanical keyboards. At the end of the challenge, Pao will be the one deciding who built the best budget mechanical keyboard. It's anyone's game, but I'm excited to see the tricks Neil pulls out of his bag. Well, that wraps up episode 1. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up and comment down below. If you like what you see or want to see episode 2 next week, consider subscribing. We do weekly tech videos like this, and we hope to take you along for the ride. Again, next week we're going to be showing you how we actually came up with these keyboards, so stay subscribed because you don't want to miss it. Till then, we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.
What we do here is go back.